All right, y'all. I wanted to give a quick overview of what I've learned about OpenClaw so far. This is the main web dashboard. This is where you've got your gateway token installed. You've got your WebSocket URL. This is where you also go in and you can create more agents. You get rid of some of this stuff, and then you can go in and configure all of your different settings. The cool thing is you don't need to configure anything by yourself. You can actually come in here and tell your chat what your agent what you want him to do next. So right now I'll just say, what model LLM are you running off of? So this is taken me a week and a half to get to this point, to where it's finally stood up. It's communicating back and forth. I've got it hooked up to Telegram, chatting back and forth. Just all of the things. I mean, the conversation goes on and on and on. And then one of the bigger issues I was getting is this is me talking. Is it hello, see, we're working. Just back and forth. And I actually had it switch its own model here. So you can see I need you to be smarter. Should we, instead of should we switch models, question mark. You're right, let's check the current models, available options. And then it's a Claude 3.7 Sonnet as a fallback, and then 3.5 Haiku as a primary, or that's what we're running off of, and we switched to 3.7. I found out that 3.7 is still too dumb to get things hooked up the way I wanted it. So I say that because your model can actually come in and program everything for you if it's smart enough. So it's very, very frustrating because it would tell me it can't do that. Well, it can. It's just that model was not capable of doing it. So this is literally 2 weeks of back and forth, downloading the system, trying to figure out, because I have no developer background. I'm not an engineer. I am a hobbyist on AI. But I want AI. I want AI. I want to implement AI in my business. I want to know about AI as an operator, how to use it, how it can be used, how I can implement it, and not just hire it out and then rely on somebody to tell me what can and can't be done. I want to be in the weeds, knowing how these things work. And OpenClaw, from what I can tell, it can do all of the things. I'm not a developer, so I'm sitting here hacking through it on my own and trying to figure it out. Just like today, I wanted to switch to Claude Opus 4.6, and I wanted it to do it on its own instead of me having to go in and try to figure out how to change over the model through the program files, which I ended up having to do, but I got it done. So, and then it was telling me that Claude Opus 4.6 wasn't even available. It wasn't even a model. So I sent it the documentation and told it sent it the links, and it finally agreed that it was the model. And then I was using ChatGPT to help me, using screenshots back and forth on each screen to try to get this thing plugged in, and I got it working. And down here, appreciate that. And you're right, lesson learned. I'll trust. This is it basically apologizing to me because it told me that I was wrong, which was really cool, and it gave me a little praying emoji. So I've never seen anything reply like that. So this is like since last Saturday when things were going viral on X about OpenClaw, I wanted to dig in and see what all of the hype was about. And I've uninstalled and reinstalled it, I think 3 times now. And I'm using my computer is actually a server, so I don't have a regular computer. So I've got this running on a separate instance and a server that is locally hosted, literally right next to my desk. It's a large server. It's got enough capacity to run local LLMs. Olama is one that it's falling back on. And that's another thing that I'm getting into, is how to optimize token usage, because that's a pretty big deal. Is the token usage, how